One day I'm gonna be everything I wanna be. I don't let it get the most of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be everything I'm gonna be. My future right in front of me. One day I'm gonna be free. I wanna be free. Then let me be free.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges. A host with a fire burning in his soul. With a heart steel and a spirit unbroken. He rides on to wheels ready to claim his throne. Amidst the chaos and the thunderous roar, insane wheels rise as a force to be reckoned with. Fueled by the power that only metal can bestow, he takes his stand, refusing to submit. Insane wheels hear his battle cry. Metal and mayhem will never die. Rituals report he paves his way. Oh, legend in the making, day by day.
Good morning to all of you freaking legends out there. Hopefully everyone's enjoying themselves on this hump day Wednesday morning. Let's go. Great to see everyone, man. All right, so we got a humongous lineup today, as we always do. It's like, I don't know, this has become the norm, I guess. But nonetheless, Capitol Hill Senate House hearings is going to be going on all day today, as well as Northeast Polar Vortex, and as well as Venezuelan drug boat video latest, and more, of course, and more. That's what we got going on. So the way that our whole lineup of this morning is going to look, Jeffries talks about affordability, Obamacare, and boat strike video release on Capitol Hill. So real quick, Jeffries is the Timu Obama over there on the left. Just wanted to let you guys know who that was. And then we have Kentucky shooting, some, quote, injuries reported. Suspect is now in custody. Now, this was 18 hours ago. Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but whatever, we'll move on, announced on social media Tuesday that officials are aware of a reported shooting at Kentucky State University in Frankfort, where there are some injuries. A suspect has been arrested. So I guess it was a shooting, though. All right, so now we're going to be talking about a little bit regarding DeSantis in Florida. DeSantis designates CAIR, which is C-A-I-R, as a terrorist organization. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is designating the Muslim Brotherhood and the Council on American Islamic Relations, which is C-A-I-R, CAIR, as foreign terrorist organizations. CAIR says it will challenge Governor Ron DeSantis in court after he labeled the group a foreign terrorist organization. DeSantis claims CAIR is associated with people convicted of providing support to foreign terrorist organizations. And then DeSantis actually says, you know what, I welcome the lawsuit. Go ahead and do that, so then we can subpoena a whole bunch of information about you. So he's like, we welcome the lawsuit. So shit! Crazy. Nonetheless, there was a question on Air Force One with Trump yesterday regarding no tax on gambling. Of course, these motherfuckers got to just, I mean, I'm not necessarily completely opposed to that, but at the same token, it's like, come on, bro. Like, there's no tax on tips, there's no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, all this shit. Now you're going to ask for no tax on gambling wins? And, but he was like, yeah, I don't know about that shit, you know? And then Luigi Mangione, arrest footage released as pretrial continues. This is actually a video of the police picking up Luigi Mangione at a McDonald's over there. And very interesting footage and telling, you know, he definitely lied about his own name and gave fake ID and a whole bunch of shit. So very interesting to watch the 2-minute video or whatever. And then Kentucky State shooting. There has been an update on that. 1 dead, another injured suspect is now in custody. So that's good. That the guy's in custody. That not the person that got hurt, obviously. That goes without saying. RFK Jr. articles of impeachment announced by House Democrats. So there's a House Democrat that wants to basically impeach Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Definitely interesting. Haley Stevens of Michigan announced the action on Wednesday, today, saying Kennedy has failed to fulfill his responsibilities. She had previously pledged in September that she would bring the articles forward. Today, I formally introduced articles of impeachment against Robert F. Kennedy Jr. RFK Jr. has abandoned science and the safety of the American public. Michiganders cannot endure another day of his chaos.
Emotional, damn it! Stop the cap.
Just sounds like a whole bunch of cap to me. Then we have Judge blocks. So this is only 50 minutes ago, by the way. Judge blocks Trump's National Guard deployment in Los Angeles. As you guys would probably figure that we're going to have a lot of challenges like this throughout sanctuary cities and the big major cities in these states. It's going to be rough to handle because you're going to continue to have these rogue activist judges, basically not rule in the favor of the law, but rule in the favor of a political agenda, right? So, anyways, let's go ahead and get through the call to actions, and then we'll get right into Jeffries to start it off. All right, please make sure you guys hit that like button. It helps out the show immensely, and it's free to do so. If you guys are brand new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button because it's also free. But listen, man, let's go ahead and get the money part over. Please consider becoming a member starting only at $2.99 a month. We're making sure we're not breaking the bank out there with anybody, but check it out. This is what allows us to be on these airwaves as well as have these lights on. So I very much appreciate you guys becoming members and staying with us. Follow my Instagram right here at BallValveTV, where I post everything behind the scenes of not only my life, but as well as the show, Millennial Food Time, breaking news, all that great shit. It's a great way to get a hold of me one-on-one. And you guys can actually follow the political campaign that I'm a part of here in Alabama. Locally, it's awesome. I'd really appreciate you guys following me over there. We also have a Discord server for all of you legends in the building. One of the moderators will drop the links in the chat for you guys periodically, but as well as it is down into the video description down below of any live video. So last but not least, okay, all super chats, super stickers, gifted memberships, and membership signups are, of course, all going to be presented live and shouted out. But if you guys would like to skip that YouTube brutal 30% cut that they take from your hard-earned cash, well, then we have these platforms right here that you guys can donate to. And, of course, I will read out whatever comes our way, and just like a super chat. So get involved, and if you guys want me to read something, I can't read every single one of these comments, as you guys know, out loud especially. It very much helps me in that regard. So, all right, great to see everyone in here. We got Naomi as well as SNS. The like button, which is Crystal. Good morning to you guys. We got Warlin as well. We got Brother Glare, as well as Papa Penguin. Good morning to you guys. We got Sick Bastard as well, my man. Thank you so much. And we also just want to give a big special shout out to Motobomb Virginia for sending the coffee crew as a raid over this morning. I very much appreciate that. RM James in the building. Shout out to my man. Hopefully you're enjoying your morning as well. We got a Gorilla Piss as well. Made it in just in time. Good morning and good to see everyone. Yes, sir. Steve Easy saying, my union rep told me to stay away from the vertical side. Hey, listen, bro. You got to listen to your union rep. Facts. That's just the way it goes, right? Let's see here. I'm scrolling down to make sure I'm getting all caught up. Motobomb is in here, my man. We got Carney's Ride. Shout out to my man. He says he's just going to listen. He's working today. No problem. We got Josh Phillips on the Facebook side saying, what is that? Constituted? I don't know what that is. I don't even know what that fucking word is. See, that's what happens when I'm a illiterate fuck. But regulate and registered. Amend yourself. I agree. Constituted? And that's the word. I just couldn't spit it out. Yeah, well, I need a little left-handed tobacco to fix my problems, you know. We blame it on us not being able to read and also the radical left. It definitely helps us when we have our left-handed tobacco to get through the day. We got Tiffany as well. Good morning to you. Great to see you. We got Sterling, my man. That's right. Good to see you in the building as well. And also, I just want to give a real quick shout out to all of you moderators that have been moderating the channel in the last couple of weeks. As you guys see, it's been fucking chaotic. And what I would ask you guys, if you guys are on the horizontal side, once in a while, please go over to the vertical side. We got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that come in every fucking day. I mean, we're talking literally within a show, it's anywhere from like 20,000 or 10,000 to like 30, 40,000 in one show. So it very much helps me if you guys can go over there once in a while and help moderate the chat over there before it builds up this morning. So, all right. So let's see who else is in here. This side, the V side F's me up. The vertical side fucks up most people. I'm out of this side for now. I got you. It's all good, bro. All right, let's go and bring up Jeffries, and we'll get into the discussion real quick. So apparently he's talking about affordability, Obamacare, and the boat strike to be released, the second boat strike regarding that whole 50-minute to an hour difference, and then them, meaning Pete Hegseth, giving the orders essentially to take them out, and he just wants the video released. And now, of course, he's going to press on this. The left is going to press on this because they know they do have a winning position on an emotional attachment side of things, right? But what you guys are forgetting in the whole thing is these guys are allowed to do this. What Pete Hegseth has done so far. The reason why he can get away with doing a lot of the things that he's doing is because the United States government has deemed them, especially them, a terrorist organization. So, of course, they can do anything they want. They pretty much over-trumps any type of war thing out there. When you're a terrorist organization, you can decimate them 1,000 times over. It's just the way of the law. Let's see. Why is Timu Obama gay?
Why are you gay?
He is gay, dude.
You are gay.
Facts. We got Perez in the building. Shout out to my man as well. We got Tiffany saying when we first got this one, you guys are over there talking. I look different over here. What's up, Paul? Good to see you. Stop the cap, Dylan Patterson says. Absolutely.
Stop the cap.
All right, let's go ahead and see what he has to say.
Taxpayers
Why is it so low?
are struggling in the Trump economy to live
This is what we need.
paycheck to paycheck. Can't thrive, can barely survive. Cost of living is completely and totally out of control. Donald Trump and Republicans have done nothing.
We absolutely agree with that. The cost of living is out of control. That's very true. And inflation is, it's just completely fucked, to be honest. But you can't blame that on just one particular side. You can't, because both play in that race.
to lower the high cost of living. Costs haven't gone down. Costs are going up. Housing costs out of control. Electricity costs.
Okay, real quick, let me go ahead and just explain something real quick. We're never going to be into a point where our groceries are getting cheaper. Gas is different. Gas is something that fluctuates, but I'm talking with stuff that rises with inflation. I know oil does too, but to the extent of you can actually have the prices of oil go dramatically up and down on a volatile level. Groceries, everything else, cost of living, shit's not going to get cheaper, homeboy, just so you know. It doesn't get cheaper. What is actually happening is the speed of how fast things are going up in price are slowing down. But it doesn't mean that it ever is going to go below what it already is now. We're in a very fucked position here where our U.S. dollar is fucking, it's losing how much percentage in buying power just in 2025? Something ridiculous, like 15% or something like that. But I find it interesting that the left especially pulls on the heartstrings of stuff like this being affordable, all this stuff. Well, yeah, man, it would be nice for it to be affordable. Absolutely. I want that to happen. But I'm also a realist. I look at shit and go, okay, is it ever going to be cheaper to essentially get fucking groceries? No, it's only going to go up from here, It's the cheapest it's going to be, and it's the most expensive at the same time as of now, but it's going to continue to be that. So anyways.
Costs out of control. Childcare costs out of control. Grocery costs out of control. and healthcare costs out of control. And
What's up,
about to
SST?
get worse because Donald Trump and Republicans refuse to do anything to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits. The Trump Republican economy is not an A+. Everyday Americans are not confused about that. And if there's any debate,
You know, he's speaking a little too slow. Let's go ahead and bring him up a little bit here.
as to the success or failure of this economy related to how it may be
Why
graded,
are you gay?
the only question is whether the American people would give it a D for disaster or an F for failure. That's it. Nothing else. Now, House Democrats are going to continue to focus on driving down the high cost of
What's up, brother Alfred? Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far and your hump day.
living,
Great to see
fixing
you.
our broken healthcare system, and actually making life better for the American people. And we can start by extending the Affordable Care Act tax credits. Time has run out. Democrats have been pressing our Republican colleagues for months to deal with the healthcare crisis that they have created.
What's up, brother Stacks? And that is cap right there that we've created. Okay, objectively, the people that created this crisis is actually the left. Now, is the right helping in any sort of this? To an extent, I mean, the way that they're helping is getting illegals off the fucking Medicaid and any type of different insurance, which was happening. People at first were denying that, but that didn't happen. No way. No, it absolutely was happening. We had like millions of fucking illegal people on our insurance that the federal government was paying for, which is insane.
And in a matter of just a few weeks, tens of millions of Americans who live in every single state across this country are about to experience dramatically increased healthcare costs. In some instances, premiums are going to increase by $1,000 or $2,000.
Which no one, by the way, no one on the right and no one on the left wants premiums to go up $1,000, $2,000 per month. That's astronomical. That's unreasonable. I don't even think that's feasible what he's talking about. I don't understand why they think that it's going to go up to that kind of premiums. I just don't see in the big beautiful bill anywhere there where it's going to go ahead and bring up these premiums and help out the insurance companies. I don't see that. I don't know. Maybe I'm ignorant to a couple of these facts, but the thing is we have read even the big beautiful bill. We have read a lot of the pages out of the big beautiful bill, the 1,160 fucking pages of it. We read quite a few of it, and we've been focused on all of these things on a factual level, and I just don't understand where he's coming up with the figure of $1,000 to $2,000 to be going up in premiums per month. I just don't know where he gets that.
Per month. How is that acceptable?
What's up,
In
brother
the
Lee?
United
Good
States of
morning.
America, the wealthiest country in the history of the world, that because of congressional inaction, people are going to go bankrupt medically.
Seymour,
Will be unable
good morning.
to see a doctor when they need one, when their families need one, or when their children need one. House Democrats are going to continue to press our case. 214 Democrats, every single House Democrat,
That's very true, Sling Blade.
supports legislation to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits and has signed a discharge petition to force an up or down vote. All we need are 4 House Republicans.
And you're not going
Just
to get
4.
them.
The 219. All
You're not going to get those 4 House Republicans. You're not going to get them.
we need are 4 to join us. Keep your word to the American people that you are not going to let the Affordable Care Act tax credits expire. Questions?
I just don't understand where he gets the figure of where we take off millions of illegals off of our insurance and how that's going to raise premiums to $1,000 to fucking $2,000 per month. I just don't. I think he's full of cap here. But nonetheless, that was his monologue, and then he goes and takes on a whole bunch of questions, and then he sits there and just trashes Trump, because I watched this yesterday after the show. Yeah, anyways, it's just basically a hate fest, which is cool. That's what happens on both sides of the equation, actually. I really don't care about that. I care about what the facts are of the equation, of what you're trying to do. I don't care really about the drama. I actually care about what's actually happening here. So we're going to move on, though, into Kentucky shooting. Some injuries reported. Suspect is in custody. Now, we have an update on this whole thing. Since yesterday, there's been 2 stories on this that have come out. In chronological order, this is the first one. And then we're going to come back into the update. But the update is one person has been unfortunately killed and one is injured and in the hospital right now. So that's the update on the actual people. But nonetheless, I want to go ahead and see what is happening here over there in Kentucky. Now, let me go ahead and see Kentucky State University in Frankfort, where there were some injuries. A suspect has been arrested, which is good. And but like I said, the update is not just some injuries. Now it's one unfortunately dead and one that is injured.
We want to go into some breaking news.
Why is this
that
quiet? There we go.
Following out in Kentucky. This is coming from the Frankfort Police Department and the emergency services, saying that the Frankfort Police Department responded to an incident on KSU's campus.
Are you serious,
Kentucky State
How?
University campus Tuesday afternoon regarding
We got Mr. JR Bowling in the chat. Shout out to my man. Hopefully you're enjoying your hump day morning so far. Definitely know that we are.
Active aggressor. Frankfort Police Department, in partnership with KSU Campus Police and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office, have secured the campus and have a suspect in custody. At this time, KSU campus is on lockdown until further notice. The department and university will provide more details as they become available. And here was the first alert that we received on this. It came from the governor.
Yo, JS, that's fucking wild, bro. That's fucking way wild.
Andy Bashir saying that we are aware of a reported shooting at Kentucky State University in Frankfort. At this time, we are aware of some injuries. We will share more information as available. Law enforcement are on scene and a suspect has been arrested. Let's pray.
What's up, Taylor? Good morning to you as well.
For all those affected. So we will definitely be keeping an eye on this story.
I got a Cash App that I missed magically. I'm a fucking asshole, but it's only been 2 minutes. Alfred coming in hot with the $2 Cash App, my man. I very much appreciate that. Saying, stop the cap, Hakeem. Yes,
Emotional, damn it.
Yeah, no, it was definitely brutal, bro. But I very much appreciate the making it rain in the chat, man. So also, real quick, we got over 100 of you guys in here. Make sure you guys double tap that screen on the vertical side. Hit that like button on the horizontal. I very much appreciate all of your guys' laborious work on that. Listen, you guys don't have to like all the craziness around the world, but you guys can like it for what we do here and consolidate every bit of craziness, the world's chaos, in an hour. You know what I mean? We don't sit here and try to grift for fucking 3-4 hours at a time or whatever the case is. We get in, get out, you know? So I very much appreciate you guys engaging that way, man.
That's, of course, is very fluid right now and already learning of a suspect in custody, but awaiting to see when a possible news conference will be happening on the ground there in Kentucky. So we'll keep an eye on that one for you. All right here on Lockdown from Fox.
Shit. Okay, so we have, like I said, there was an update on that whole story. But we're going to go ahead and go on a chronological timeline of what actually happened yesterday leading up to this morning. So first, we're going to talk about DeSantis, and then we're going to get back into a couple of things regarding Kentucky that came out, let me see, 2 hours ago. So anyways, we have some stuff that happened yesterday that we still need to talk about leading up to this morning. So DeSantis designates CARE as a terrorist organization. So listen carefully. So DeSantis is basically labeling, designating the Muslim Brotherhood and the Council on American Islamic Relations, which is CAIR, CAIR, as foreign terrorist organizations. CAIR says it will challenge Governor Ron DeSantis in court after he labeled the group a foreign terrorist organization. DeSantis claims CAIR is associated with people convicted of providing support to foreign terrorist organizations. So what's very interesting about this whole thing is I happened to watch this yesterday, and DeSantis is like, yeah, we're they're trying to, say that they're going to sue us. Well, we welcome that. We welcome that because as soon as you can actually have someone suing you, now you can, and their attorneys can then subpoena a whole bunch of information regarding their organization. So DeSantis actually sat back and said, well, I actually welcome the lawsuit. I definitely welcome it. And hopefully they take me up on that kind of thing. So I was like, oh, shit. Anyways, let's go ahead and bring this up. We'll talk about it.
Takes us out to Florida, where the state just
and it is fairly quick.
The Council on American Islamic Relations, a foreign terrorist organization. This move closely follows.
Oh shit, we got Naomi coming in real quick, saying huge welcome to Mr. JR. Yes. Future Alabama State Senator District 4, man, it's going to be awesome. So absolutely, huge welcome to him.
A similar order issued in November by Texas's Governor Greg Abbott. So we want to continue to break down this story for you here on Live Now from Fox. Head out to Fox 13 Tampa, where we have Fox's Evan Axelbank joining us. He has been following the story here. And Evan, what do we know now?
Well, it's good to see. I mean, right now, the governor of Florida essentially says that CARE is nothing more than a front for terrorist financing.
Real quick, on the insurance side of things, it looks like the insurance company's just taking advantage of a situation. That's essentially why I, as far as I can tell from what you guys are saying in the chat, by the way, regarding increases on premiums, it sounds like the insurance companies are just taking advantage of this. Now we need to go after these insurance companies and hold them fucking accountable for what they're doing, for price gouging and all of that.
Why he has directed state agencies to cease all business with CARE and to prevent anyone who, any state agencies who have worked with groups that are working with CARE to not work with them either. So it's people who are both working directly and indirectly with CARE. State agencies are not allowed to do that anymore. And also he is ordering the heads of state agencies to crack down on CARE and to make it essentially impossible for them to do business, or much tougher for them to do business in the state of Florida and to run afoul of the law, as the governor says they are doing, especially when it comes to funding, in his view, terrorist networks. Now, CARE responded today and said that this is nothing more than a governor being awash in conspiracy theory, and that they are eager to show how their group works. The governor said that he is welcoming their lawsuit because it'll show them and the state the discovery. And
that's exactly what I just told you guys, that he basically wants to welcome the whole thing so that the attorney general and everybody can sit there and now subpoena a whole bunch of information on them. And that's essentially it. I'm not really sure why they have this huge segment here. I mean, really, they should have just showed DeSantis and what he said, but I'm not sure why they didn't do that. But that's literally it. So I just wanted to give you guys that update. That's exactly what the fact of the equation is. I don't need to sit here and hear what other people are already saying what I'm saying. So we're just going to move on. No tax on gambling wins. Trump was asked a question on Air Force One yesterday, which is hilarious. No tax on gambling. I got a question for you guys in the chat. Let me know. Do you guys think that we should have no tax on gambling, or we should leave tax on gambling? You guys let me know. So anyways, we're going to move on into that. Let me go ahead and bring this up, and we'll go ahead and talk about it. Here we go. Audio's terrible. Fix it.
We're going to be looking at a couple of different people, but I have a pretty good idea who I want. You're going to have to take it easy with that thing. It's a government plane, but I like to take care of it.
What's up, brother TVT? So the question's about to be asked right now. Soon, anyway, somewhere in this. No tax on gambling wins, Trump?
Hello. Somebody's in there. Come on out.
Mr. President, there's capacity for have introduced a bill for great health savings accounts.
Okay, somebody's just sitting there asking normal questions.
Companies rich, and they've made, I mean, you look $1,400 to $1,700 increase, 100% increase over the last number of years. There's really few things that have gone up like insurance companies.
Oh, we were just talking about this. I'm glad that I actually stuck and listened to this out, because I heard him say insurance, and I'm like, oh shit, perfect fucking time. We were talking about insurance premiums rising, and boom, Trump actually did confirm these fucking, well, not in a single year what it's going to happen, but what has previously happened in their price rates, and how he, let's see how he thinks about this.
Getting numbers and money like nobody's ever seen before. billions and billions of dollars is paid directly to insurance companies. We're not going to do that anymore. I believe Obamacare was set up to take care of insurance companies, not to take care of the American public. I love the idea of money going directly to the people, not to the insurance companies, going directly to the people.
Well, W fucking Trump on that tape. I want the money going directly to the people and not to these insurance companies. Fucking A. Absolutely. All right, good. I'm glad that we heard that. So now we just got to go figure out how to hold these insurance companies now accountable. I'm not necessarily like, hey, we need to sue them and all this shit, class actions or whatever, even though I still advocate for that. But I'm not even saying that. I'm saying let's go ahead and figure out how we can cap these motherfuckers and so they can't fucking price gouge people, especially in a 1-year jump, which is outrageous. There should be limitations for these fucking, if we have to deal with these insurance companies, we need to have insurance. Yeah, bro, at this point, fuck it, bro. Let's make sure that it's not a private fucking business at this point, Now it's government fucking insurance. And if you don't have government, if you don't have insurance, well, then that shit's fucking, that shit was illegal. Remember at one time, you couldn't even have, if you didn't have shit, it was like fucking illegal or some shit. Fucking crazy.
In the health savings account, it can be a number of different ways, and the people go out and buy their own insurance, which can be really much better. Health insurance, health care.
Mr. President, I was with you in Vegas. We had no tax on tips, right? The hospitality industry. Did you ever consider no tax on gambling winnings?
There it is. Someone said, have you ever considered no tax on gambling winnings?
Considering that might be another state American. I haven't been asked that question in a long time. No tax on gambling winnings. I don't know. We have no tax on tips. We have no tax on Social Security. We have no tax on overtime. No tax on gambling winnings. I don't know about that. I'm going to have to think about that. I think it's better to go up and maybe take our seats. It's a pretty rough flight. Bye, everybody. Bye, everybody. I hope to see you again. I better get out of here.
All
we
right.
just heard from President Trump.
So that was it, and that's all I wanted to get out of that clip, actually. But we got a little bit more information regarding insurance companies and his take on that. All right, we're gonna move on though. Luigi Mangione arrest footage released as pretrial continues. So this video came out, I think, yesterday, even though the mainstream media is posting it right now, just as of 3 hours ago. No, it actually, I'm mistaken. That was another bit of evidence that I had saw yesterday. Totally different. This, I did see this morning. Okay, so this was Luigi Mangione at a McDonald's. And this is when the police found him and arrested him. Now, the cops asked him his name. He lied, false identified himself, and then actually had a fake ID that he gave. And very interesting. So let's go ahead and bring this up. We'll go ahead and talk about it. But real quick, actually, first and foremost, we got to get the money part.
All right, just get the money part done.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Shit. Brother Lee coming in hot, by the way, with the $2 on the Cash App saying hump the rump day. Yes, sir. Dues paid, kind sir. I very much appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. All right, let's go ahead and bring this up. 3, 2, 1, bam.
As we mentioned, we do have that body camera video.
Quick
only
update,
about
too.
A minute in length, but it shows kind of how everything played out there. Let's lift up the audio and listen in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now because this is actually video, real-time video, I'm going to bring it down to normal playback speed.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. What's your name?
Mark.
What is it?
Mark.
Mark?
Yes, sir.
Mark what?
Rosario.
Rosario? Someone called. They thought you were suspicious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is there your ID on you?
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry, but homeboy was a little bit more than suspicious.
I thought she looked like someone, guilty to taking a run. Player 6, 2729 out of New Jersey.
Romeo 6807 521 07982. Should come back to a mark. Rosianna.
So again,
that was
the body camera video.
So that is the new evidence that just emerged today. If you guys see it anywhere else on social media, you probably will. Yeah, this is what just happened, released this morning, and that's literally it. That's it. From here on out, in this video, they're just going to talk about the rest of the trial, what they think, what's happening, blah blah blah. Which we don't care. We care about the facts of the equation. I don't like to speculate. I just want the facts. All right, now we're going to move back into a story that we covered at the beginning of this show, was a Kentucky State shooting. So I told you guys that there was two parts that are to this because it happened yesterday, and we showed that this morning. But then 2 hours ago, we have the latest update on the Kentucky State shooting. As one dead, another injured suspect is in custody. So let's go ahead and bring this up, and we'll talk about it briefly.
I do want to start with a story that we have been tracking over the last 12 hours or so, as we follow the latest on a shooting at Kentucky State University in the Commonwealth's capital of Frankfort.
I wonder fucking what sparked this off. So this is over at Kentucky State University.
The suspect, who Frankfort police identify as Jacob Lee Bard, which we now have his booking photo. Do want to pop that up for you on your screen there. Now, from the Franklin County Detention Center here, online records there show that he's charged with murder and first-degree assault. Frankfort police say one student was killed, another critically wounded when the gunshots were fired at a residence hall on campus. It happened over at Whitney M. Young Jr. Hall. While the victims are students, police say Bard, the suspect, is not, and the shooting happened around 3 p.m. local time Tuesday with the assistant.
So this happened yesterday, obviously, but around 3 p.m.
Assistant Chief of Police calling it an isolated incident.
How do you know it's an isolated incident? Like what's going on?
Investigators explain that Bard.
How do you get to that conclusion?
Is actually from Evansville, Indiana, which is about 150 miles west of Frankfort. Again, we know one student was killed, another critically wounded.
What the fuck is he doing there then?
Wounded, but their names have not been released. Police speaking very briefly last night about all of this, and I do want to pop up the audio and listen in to that.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm Scott Tracy, Assistant Chief of Police at the Frankfort Police Department. I'm going to make a brief statement and then hand it over to Dr. Acapo for a statement from the university. This afternoon at approximately 3:10 p.m., our Frankfort dispatch received a call reporting a shooting on the campus of Kentucky State University. Within minutes, by 3:14 p.m., Frankfort police officers arrived on scene. By that time, Kentucky State University...
They were quick. They were on it.
Campus police had already taken swift action, bringing a suspect into custody. 3 individuals were involved in the incident. One individual, who is not a Kentucky State University student, is in custody. Frankfort police believe this to be an isolated incident, and there are no active safety concerns on campus at this time. The other 2 individuals involved were current Kentucky State University students. Both suffered gunshot wounds. They were quickly transported to a local hospital for treatment by Frankfort Fire and EMS.
Okay, so I want to know the motive.
Tragically, one has passed away from injuries. The other remains in critical condition. Our thoughts are with them, their families, and the entire Kentucky State University community, as well as the Frankfort community, as they navigate this difficult moment. I want to express my deepest appreciation for the quick, coordinated response between our officers and the Kentucky State University campus police.
This guy has like one setting. There's no emotion behind anything that he's saying.
The department was also assisted by local, state, and federal agencies. Franklin County Sheriff's Office, the Kentucky State Police, Frankfort and Franklin County Emergency Management, Kentucky Office of Homeland Security, the ATF, Frankfort Fire and EMS. Their rapid actions ensured that the situation was contained almost immediately.
Yeah, it was over at Kentucky State University. The shooting happened around 3 p.m. yesterday, local time CST, right? So, yeah.
Preventing
anyways.
further harm. We understand how unsettling incidents like this can be for students, parents.
Oh wait, I can't even remember if fucking Kentucky is in CST or if it's considered EST. I can't even remember.
And our community. But please know that the safety of our residents and our campus partners remains our top priority. And we will continue to work closely with Kentucky State University as this investigation moves forward.
What up, Poncho, my man? Good morning.
Forward. We will share additional information as it becomes available and as this investigation allows. At this time, I'll introduce Dr. Acalpo, President of Kentucky State University.
Thank you and good evening. Today indeed was a senseless tragedy. We're mourning the loss of one of our students.
Yeah, that's that's terrible. I'd really like to understand the motive, though.
As a parent, I cannot imagine receiving the call I placed today to the parents. Our students need prayers. Kentucky State University need prayers. I cannot thank our law enforcement enough, our community enough, and our leader right here with me enough. Thank you, even for being here.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
It's only because he had a very similar voice, okay? It just made me think of it. So, anyways, we're going to move on, though. RFK Jr. articles of impeachment announced by House Democrat. Very interesting. A House Democrat has introduced articles of impeachment against Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Rep. Haley Stevens of Michigan announced the action on Wednesday, which is today, saying Kennedy has failed to fulfill his responsibilities. And very interesting. So let's go ahead and bring this up, and we will bring this right here.
And
all right.
Breaking news from across the country.
Quick
and
update,
across
too.
The world.
Very quick.
As we mentioned here, we are awaiting this news conference with RFK Jr. and Dr. Oz. Now, they are expected to speak about a variety of health-related topics. Now, we do know here that as we bring you those comments, we do have some articles of impeachment that we are hearing have been filed against RFK coming in from Congresswoman Haley Stevens. She is a Democrat from Michigan. She did post a very brief statement on her social media, and I do want to pop this up on your screen here. Again, this coming in a short time ago. As she said, today, I formally introduced articles of impeachment against Robert F. Kennedy Jr. RFK Jr. has turned his back on science and the safety of the American people. Michiganders cannot take another day of his chaos. RFK serving as the secretary there of Health and Human Services. The Congresswoman did post this very short statement as well, and I do want to play it in case you missed it earlier.
RFK Jr. has got to go. Today, I introduced articles of impeachment to remove him from office. RFK Jr. has turned his back on science, on public health, and on the American people.
Because you look super healthy. Just observing.
Under his watch, families are less safe, healthcare costs are skyrocketing, and life-saving research, including right here in Michigan, is being gutted. RFK Jr. is the biggest self-created threat to our health and safety. I cannot and I will not stand by while one man dismantles decades of medical progress. Enough is enough, and that is why I'm pushing to impeach RFK Jr. to hold him.
That's so crazy, bro.
Bruh.
This shit ain't going nowhere.
Accountable, and to protect the health, safety, and future of every Michigander, because our health, our science, and our future are worth fighting for.
All right, again, that was Congresswoman Haley Stevens.
That shit was gay.
Why are you gay?
Brutal.
Been saying that she is calling for the impeachment of RFK Jr. We expect that we will hear from him during this news conference set to take place sometime around 10 a.m. Eastern time. Not quite clear if we are going to get any kind of comment on that. If he does speak about it, though,
he obviously will. Maybe it's not obvious. Maybe he won't. I don't know. I'm not going to predict people. That's not what I'm here to do. Okay, so judge blocks Trump's National Guard deployment in Los Angeles. Now, this is not a surprise to me. Anywhere that is going to be a part of like a major city in these, blue states, it's just brutal settings out here, bro. So it's just, this is not a surprise, especially in sanctuary cities such as, I think Los Angeles is considered a sanctuary city. I mean, I think it is. But anyways, let's go ahead and bring this up and we'll go ahead and talk about it. Here we go.
Welcome back here on Live Now from Fox. We are approaching the top of the hour here, 9:55 over on the East Coast and 6:55 on the West Coast. I'm Josh Breslow, and I'm here to guide you through all of your top stories, live events, and breaking news. And speaking of breaking news, we are following some at this hour here. As you can see, Fox News reporting a federal judge has blocked Trump's National Guard deployment to Los Angeles. Again, this is...
Yeah, I was just talking to him last night, Lee.
Just coming into our newsroom, so not a lot of information is available just yet, but I do want to pop this up on your screen. This is a live look over the city of Los Angeles at this hour as a federal judge blocking Trump's deployment of those troops to Los Angeles, ordering them returned to the control of the state's governor. U.S. District Judge Charles Breyer rejecting the Trump administration's claim that recent protests against immigration authorities amounted to a rebellion that legally justified the extraordinary step of taking federal control of state National Guard units and sending them into the street.
I hate when they say a federal judge on Wednesday blocked the Trump's administration's deployment of National Guard troops to Los Angeles and ordered them to return control to California Governor Gavin Newsom. And I like when they actually name names. Drop the motherfucking names. Don't just say a federal judge. I want to know the name.
Now, you may remember here several months back, President Trump did deploy thousands of National Guard members to L.A., saying that it was to support federal immigration enforcement and respond to demonstrations against ICE, some of which turned violent. We did see several of them lead to many different arrests. Again, right now, a federal judge blocking President Trump's deployment of those troops to L.A., ordering them return to the control of the state's governor. That, of course, is Gavin Newsom. We also do have this post right here from Reuters Legal. Again, all of this information coming from Fox News and Reuters.
Yeah, and Reuters put it out there on X and saying a federal judge. Man, drop names.
At this hour, a federal judge Wednesday blocking President Trump's deployment of National Guard troops to Los Angeles, ordering them return to control of the state's governor. As we get more information on all of this coming in, we are going to bring it to you here on Live Now from Fox.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and see if we have this update real quick. Let me see. I'm checking on right here. So we do have an update. So RFK Jr., Dr. Oz, and Secretary Rollins make a MAHA announcement, which is Make America Healthy Again. So let's go ahead and figure out what's happening here, and this will be basically the end of our updates for the morning. So let's go ahead and bring this up. This just came out. There we go.
Like we do have this news conference with RFK, Dr. Oz, and Brooke Rollins now underway.
Administration's focus on making America healthy again, while also putting...
I hate that shit, Steve Easy. Fox News. So gay.
Our farmers and our ranchers first. So again, we're so grateful. The most excited, not that I'm not excited to see all of you, but we have some amazing farmers in from California and Missouri and Indiana. Who am I forgetting? California, Missouri, Indiana. That's it. Okay, so great. But we're just so grateful to these farmers who are here to be part of this announcement, and really they are pioneers in their field. So again, thanks everybody for being here. Without President Trump's leadership, we would not have achieved the real and concrete successes that we've already seen.
Man, sweetie pie, that's one thing about me is I grew up in Long Beach. So, shit. 29 years of my life, Southern California.
Under our Make America Healthy Again effort, and the waivers very quickly just signed 6 more waivers on SNAP on multiple states from across the country and Hawaii, the contiguous states in Hawaii under Governor Josh Green that we signed. So we can answer questions about that too, but we're so excited to continue that work. We all know we're at the point where we must do something to correct the chronic health problems that Americans face. Over 75% of Americans' youth between the ages of 17 and 24, as you know, we've been talking about it, but important to constantly remind those kids are ineligible for military service because of obesity, poor physical fitness, or mental health challenges. Over 350,000 American children have been diagnosed with diabetes since my confirmation as Secretary of Agriculture.
Damn, that's a lot.
On the exact same day as Secretary Kennedy's confirmation, February 13th, earlier this year, we've been taking bold action on this front. Whether SNAP waivers or applauding voluntary industry commitments or emphasizing local and regional food procurement in our schools or defining ultra-processed foods, all underway, we are prioritizing the health of our country. I am also excited to give an update on our revised farm-to-school grants, which put farmers first and promote healthy choices, healthy families.
That's very true, Steve Posey. It took me 29 years to escape.
And healthy outcomes. This year's opportunity streamlined the application process.
Shit almost killed me along the way.
Removed woke DEI requirements and supports expanding access for small family farms to markets and infrastructure by facilitating connections to the child nutrition marketplace. The farm to school application period just closed, and I'm so excited to note that USDA received a record-breaking 645 applications. The record high in the past was 386, so we nearly doubled that. The awards will be announced early in the spring. We continue to actively work with Secretary Kennedy in crafting sensical dietary guidelines for Americans, which are set to be released early next year, so in a couple of weeks. Federal Nutrition Advice.
Does she always speak like that, or does she, or she like, you know, when you lose your voice, you know, that sound that you smoke cigarettes a lot or something?
This must be sound, simple, and clear. These guidelines will prioritize whole, healthy, and nutritious foods, such as whole fat dairy, fruits, vegetables, and meats, and suggest limiting highly processed foods and those high in sugar. President Trump and my colleagues, led by Secretary Kennedy on the MAHA Commission, know our current health outcomes, especially for our children, are unsustainable, and that American agriculture and our agencies are at the heart of that solution, and what an honor it is. We're doing things a little bit differently than typical Washington, D.C. Since our confirmation, we have encouraged the states to think differently and creatively as our laboratories of innovation about how to solve the many health issues facing America. So that was a really exciting thing to do. We just finished signing several of those SNAP waivers, and we can take questions on that. Dr. Oz will talk a little bit about that, as Secretary Kennedy will. But really today is about the next step in making America healthy again, in addition to those waivers, and that is talking about regenerative agriculture. Regenerative agriculture is a conservation management approach that emphasizes natural resources through improved soil health, water management, and natural vitality for the productivity and prosperity of American agriculture and all of our communities. Today, we are launching a new Farmer First Regenerative Agriculture pilot program, which will invest $700 million specifically to support regenerative agriculture. We will deliver this support through existing programs our farmers already know and already trust. Protecting and improving the health of our soil is critical.
Man, this woman can fucking yap, huh? Shit.
A few moments later.
Get it over with, lady.
Not only for the future viability of farmland, but to the future success of American farmers. In order to continue to be the most...
Yeah, it's words and shit. That's what I call it. You know, saying a whole lot of nothing. You're just saying words and shit.
Productive and most efficient growers in the world, we must protect our topsoil from unnecessary erosion and boost the microbiome of the soil. Today's announcement encourages these priorities while supporting farmers to transition to regenerative agriculture if they so choose. This is a Farmers First pilot program and the first of its kind. The pilot brings USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service, or NRCS, we have our incredible leaders here, Aubrey Betancourt, back to its core mission, helping people help the land through whole farm, outcome-based voluntary conservation that our producers trust. For too long, our conservation programs have been severely fragmented. This pilot replaces that fragmentation with one unified process that evaluates everything at one time. Whole farm planning is the centerpiece, ensuring that all resource concerns, such as soil, water, and natural vitality, are addressed together, not one piece at a time. Producers will benefit from a single application, reducing red tape and making conservation easier to access and our programs more impactful.
Okay, so let me see how long she goes off here. Okay, real quick. I want to hear a little bit from RFK. All right, dude? Just, sorry.
Thank you very much, Secretary Rollins. This is the fulfillment of a promise that we made in the Maha Report. The Maha Report, which we released 2.5 months ago, has 120 recommendations for how to transition, how to eliminate the chronic disease epidemic and transition to a healthier America. And among those promises, among the recommendations of the report, was the promise to make it easier for farmers in this country, to give them an off-ramp. Farmers who are dependent on inputs, on chemical and fertilizer inputs, to give them an off-ramp where they can transition to a model that emphasizes soil health, and with soil health comes nutrient density. And without coercion, through voluntary action, to give them good incentives to do well by doing good for themselves, for our children, and for the country. I'm very, very happy to have as a partner in this endeavor Brooke Rollins. I've been working on farm issues for 30 years, and this is the first USDA secretary who I believe is really committed to giving us, we already have the healthiest food supply in the world, to making a food supply that's even healthier, that's going to sustain, again, a transition to a much healthier America for our children. I also want to thank these farmers who are inspiring, and they're inspiring to the farm community, to all of us who care about good health, about sustainability on the farm, about water retention, about soil retention, about the health of farmers themselves who are concerned about the health of their children from too many chemicals on the land. And they have given us models. Some of these are 5th, 6th, 7th generation farmers, and they provided us models for how to do this and how to do it in a way that vertically integrates, that preserves profit margins, and that dramatically reduces inputs. So I want to thank, again, Brooke Rollins, Secretary of the USDA, for making this happen, for her commitment to making America healthy again. And I'm going to introduce my partner and friend, Mehmet Oz.
They are too humble to say it themselves, but Brooke Rollins and Bobby Kennedy are amongst the 2 most innovative secretaries in modern history, and it is your leadership that makes what you're hearing today possible and feasible for people like me who run agencies to actually march forward to accomplish the kinds of goals that they're outlining. Let me give you 2 major examples of how this is playing out right now. The first is the Rural Health Transformation Fund, which, as many of you have been following, received grants from all 50 states, requests for grants for all 50 states. We have just started to get the scores back from grading these applications, which are done by outside experts, and we will allot all that money by the 31st of this month. One of the ways that you get the money is by applying for SNAP waivers. If you apply for a SNAP waiver, and as the 6 documents here that were signed by Secretary Rollins today would attest, there's a lot of interest in this. You get paid extra money. If you actually get your legislator to ratify these agreements, you get additional money. Now, we've also asked states to submit proposals for participating in the Presidential Fitness Challenge, something that Secretary Kennedy's uncle created, and they get points for doing that as well. They also get points, by the way, for opening up credentialing so that rural communities can take advantage of clinicians that might live across the state border, that might be closer to where they happen to be in the to the corner edge of their state than from the big city in the middle part of their state. So our intent is to provide better health care across the board, and the Rural Health Transformation Fund is going to put a 50% increase in federal and Medicaid dollars into rural health care over the current standard for the next 5 years in a row. That's, again, 50% more money, $50 billion every year, spread out over 5 years. Second big issue is to build demand. As regenerative farming and other tools are coming to the forefront, and higher quality foods are quantitated with the plans Secretary Kennedy is pushing forward with the dietary guidelines, we want to make sure there's a voracious appetite, metaphorically and in reality, for these tasty and nutritious foods. And eating those foods makes you healthier and will save the taxpayers money, because Medicare and Medicaid won't have to pay out so much in healthcare claims. You either pay for it in food or you pay for it in healthcare expenses. We therefore are pushing both in Medicaid and Medicare for clinicians to talk in their
Appreciate that, Saini.
Wellness visits with pediatrics, with kids if they're pediatricians, and with adults if they're primary care providers and general practitioners, and they get points, they get bonuses if they have these conversations teaching about healthy food. But it's even more provocative, I believe, now is we have the ability to incentivize plans like Medicare Advantage plans, which cover 34 million Americans, to provide in the supplemental benefits that they give for chronically ill patients, which is now 34% of all beneficiaries. That's a doubling since last year. But they can't just give any food.
Yes, Mountain Woman, that should be a very interesting topic regarding Agenda 2030. That's going to be tonight, by the way, at 7:15. I think it's scheduled. We schedule ourselves for 7:15. I know I say all the time on the show, yeah, guys will come back at 7 p.m. I mean to actually say 7:15, because we used to start at 7, and now we start at 7:15. We just moved it a long time ago, and I just Never corrected myself when I say it to remind you guys. So 7:15, we'll be back tonight at talking about Agenda 2030. So it's going to be a good time on the Diamond Effect.
Food. They must give food that is nutritiously valuable to these chronic illnesses for the third of Americans who get them, and they have to meet the dietary guidelines, which will be released next year. So it allows us now to enhance the ability of purchasing, the U.S. government's purchasing power and insurance companies' purchasing power to support the changes that are being made by the Secretary of Agriculture. Brooke.
Thank you, Dr. Oz. We've asked one of our farmers, Blake Alexander of California, a former state 4-H and FFA officer and a multi-generational farmer. Blake, it's so great to have you. Just a couple of words from you. Alfalfa hay and dairy farmer, great to have you here. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. It's a true honor to be here. And
who's this homeboy? He looks like he should be in like an 80s. You know, you got to have those fucking reflective glasses too and everything. Dude, he's rocking it.
Our farm, Alexander Family Farm, was the first certified regenerative farm in the United States. And since that happened, I've kind of carried this load on my shoulders to attempt to help spread the message across the country to conventional farmers, organic farmers alike. And I'm just going to simply say
What's up, Alwine? Hopefully you're enjoying your morning so far. Definitely know we are.
that regenerative farming is simply farming in harmony with nature, with the way that God intended or our maker intended. It's paying attention to the biology and building nutrient density in the soil, the plants, the crops that our animals eat. For us, it's chickens and cows, and then ultimately it's the milk and the nutrient density for food for humans, and making our planet a better place. In harmony with nature means that we're cleaning up the water supply on our farm. We're cleaning up the erosion.
Yeah, I mean, just like the farmers, they always say they need money, you know what I mean? Just like how I need
All right, just get the money part done.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Facts.
Denied. That may or may not happen with both soil and water. And we're cleaning up the air, and so everybody benefits. All the wildlife, the ecosystem benefits, and ultimately we're sequestering.
Dude, I could never pull off some shit like that, Steve. There's just impossibilities here.
Carbon and literally doing the right thing and moving forward in harmony with nature again, making our planet a healthier place for everyone. We all breathe the same air.
That's right, Brez.
And 1 minute, Aubrey, our chief, anything that I missed on the regenerative piece that if you want to share with anyone as a farmer yourself?
First of all, thank you again
What's up,
for your
Crystal?
incredible leadership in moving this forward in a way that puts farmers at the center of this. This pilot is designed by farmers for farmers to incorporate that feedback from farmers, because farming in California and farming in Indiana are two different things, but this program is designed to utilize the NRCS suites of practices that our farmers know and trust, and allows them that flexibility to as the Secretary talked about, I'm going to say on-ramp into regenerative practices and incorporate that in a measurable way. And more importantly, and I think, Secretary, you covered it so well.
Stop the cap.
It connects
Got
the
you,
producer,
TVT.
the work that they're doing on the farm, granting them the credit for that voluntary action of change of practice on their farm that then can transition into the supply chain, into the marketplace, and directly back to the consumer. This country is 6 generations separate.
Stevie, facts, by the way. Feels good to be a G. All right, back to this.
From the land. And this is an opportunity for us to bridge that gap together. And again, by looking at this holistically from on-farm planning all the way through the supply chain to the consumer. And so we're looking forward to rolling out this program in a way that farmers know, can trust, working with the NRCS offices and staff across the country in almost every county of the country to provide that technical and financial assistance to them. And again, ensure that they are credited back and seen as the solution and not the problem. So thank you so much.
Aubrey, thank you. And our great Undersecretary Richard Fordyce has joined us as well. All right, we'll take any questions. Mike Pearson, Farm Progress. There you are.
Secretary Ross, can you tell us what kind of criteria?
I'm going to take a couple of questions on this and see if there's anything interesting. If not, we're going to, right now, I'm going to figure out who's live and we can send you guys off to a raid.
The NRCS will be using
And find that out now.
pilot projects?
Yes, I'll let Aubrey answer all the specifics. She's been a warrior on this and work on it for months and months.
The criteria is the same as it has and always been. It's EQIP and CSP. These are our standing programs that take year-round applications. There's actually, there's nothing new. It'll be the same application that our farmers know already. The difference is they'll be able to apply for multiple practice on a single application. What's important about that is it ties back to that whole farm plan. The idea being that we're going to look at all of the resource concerns on the property at one time instead of drive-by conservation, where we're only looking at maybe soil health here, and maybe in a few years we're going to look at water management. No, it's going to come back to a plan. Let's start working the plan with the farmer. This means we've got to put our NRCS staff back out in the field where the farmer, where they belong, and we're making incredible efforts and investment in that as well. The Secretary has been a tremendous champion of that. But this is the same EQIP and CSP rolling contracts as we have all throughout the year.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Hi, I'm Mark Heller, ED News.
Yes.
Madam Secretary, I think I heard you mention urban agriculture and also technical assistance. Maybe you could expand a little bit on that. I don't think those are two things that the Office of Management budget really loves. But will the budget request for that?
I really don't care about that question. Let's go ahead and skip ahead of here. See if I can get another.
Most are those who are living in vulnerable communities in urban areas around this country and in vulnerable communities in the rural America as well. So making sure that we are building a system and an infrastructure that supports that as we're moving forward. USDA spends $400 million a day on 16 nutrition programs just across USDA, $400 million a day. You marry that to the new dietary guidelines, you marry that to these new programs, and all of government.
Welcome back, Papa Penguin.
Approach with a vision to make America healthy again, and certainly a focus in our urban areas is really important.
Addressing the urban ag and innovative production component of that, we still have another year.
Okay, hold on. Let's go ahead and skip ahead here.
Yes, in the back, and then we'll come over here.
Thanks so much for taking your question. It's Marsha Brown with Politico. 2 quick questions. Can you clarify where the $700 million is coming from for the EQIP and CSP? And then the second question I have is, you mentioned some corporate partnerships. How does that differ from the partnerships for Farmers for Commodities that the administration ended earlier this year? And could you talk a little bit more about those?
Yeah, you can do that too.
For the first part of that question, with regards to the financing, this is standard EQIP and CSP. It's baseline funding that we received through our budget. So we have the ability to tag that funding specifically for this pilot, and that's what we're doing. I believe it's $400 million for EQIP and $300 million for CSP. As for the corporate partnership, this is facilitated through the Sustains Act that was passed by Congress. It was granted to NRCS in order to allow us to look at the suite of standing programs from NRCS and engage with corporate partners to do matching dollars to prioritize.
And then it ends like that. Shit, that's fucking lame. And I'm skipping ahead. Nope, fucked. All right, well, we got it before it got taken down. How about that? That's a W. We got it before it was taken down. W's in the chat. All right, listen. Much love, honor, and respect to everybody. I can't thank each and every single one of you guys enough. Obviously, I can't do this shit without you guys. I'm very blessed and honored to be able to do this Monday through Friday. And then, of course, Saturday for members only, man. It's fucking a great time. Listen, stick around. We're going to be rating our buddy Kieran. He's got a funny-ass YouTube channel, meaning in the aspect of he's got a funny panel that he runs, and it's always a great time over there. So make sure you guys go over there and show him a little love. Let him know we're coming through with the Mike Ball raid. And listen, I can't thank you guys enough. We're going to be back tonight at 7:15 p.m. for the Diamond Effect. We're going to be talking about Agenda 2030. So let's go ahead and get our tinfoil hats ready and get ready for a good evening. So anyways, have a great night, good evening, good day until we see you guys. So, all right. So let's see here real quick. I do want to embrace one thing about us, though. We embrace our fun.
Don't beat yourself up over past mistakes. You are going to fuck up again in the future, quite possibly in a most spectacular fashion. Why worry about yesterday's fuck-ups when you have tomorrow's fuck-ups to look forward to? You are a fuck-up, and fucking up is part of your growth process. Embrace the process.
From the depths of darkness, a voice emerges.
God bless everyone.